Good morning, this is Rachel, also known as Ditsy Diamond Painter. Excuse me, getting in the way there. But I've got to move and I've got to do all kind of things. And I'm coming to you with a... Sorry, let me put my phone on silent. Don't have anyone message me or anything. It's all notifications from Facebook and YouTube. Hold on one moment, because I don't think of these things before I start a video. No, that's not what I want. I just want to turn that. There we go. I'll just vibrate instead. Yeah, I'll come to you with a quick whip and waffle because I've not done one for a bit. I did do the tag along thing last week, was it? They're all merging into one. I can't believe it's nearly October already. So I am working on, let's get this out of the way, Steampunk Sea Mermaid, Purple Sea Mermaid by Sherry Baldy, and she's a 50 by 60, which is small for me, but then I was thinking about it the other day, what was I doing? Little Dragons is only 51 by 61. And I was saying only, and then I thought after, I remember when I first started diamond painting. Let's start this diamond painting. So I'm doing this one. And I've just got to finish some section. I don't know why, but I seem to have gone on a right go slow at the minute. I don't know what's going on with me. I have been doing other things as well. It's not just, you know, you have to do adulting and parenting stuff, unfortunately. But yeah, well, I'm gonna go slow. So she's around this one. So yeah, I was thinking, I remember when I first started painting, I'd ordered, because I like to cross stitch, and I was looking at cross stitch kits on Amazon, and it came up with a diamond paint. You know the blue owl? I think everyone's done that blue owl. The blue owl, and it's on like a cherry tree branch. It's a really popular one. I've seen for quite a few people, especially if they like doing the owls. They did that one. Well, I first tried it, and I think it must have been about a 30 to 40, but to size, if that makes sense. So I'd ordered it off Amazon. The first thing I did, when I couldn't work out why the pen wasn't picking the drills, completely missed the wax. So then and that's when I first started watching YouTube, because I had to YouTube how to diamond paint. And she was around, or he maybe, I always he and she things, I don't know why. And they and it had also got specials in it. It got the red, like smooth crystals for the cherries in the tray, and then that got me hooked, because at the time Mr. P was off long term sick, and he was really quite poorly, so I was he was sleeping an awful lot for treatment and stuff, so it was kind of, so I bought another one, and it was the second one. I remember them both, and it's 2 years, over 2 years. Yes, it was 2 years in April I started doing diamond painting, and it was the pink candy painting, the one with and it's all in pinks, and it's like a candy house with a candy path. And I'd love to do it from a, how can I put it, a better rendering, if that makes sense, and probably bigger, because that was a 40 by 50 and I thought that was huge. I thought it was massive. And then what did after that? And then I ordered, it was Ghost Rider for Max's bed. It's never gone up in his bedroom, to be honest. And even though it was only a 40 by 50 and it was very detailed, it was very dark. Again, it was in rounds, and it was the motorbike with the wheel, with the flames coming up. It was really nice, in fact. And in the meantime, then, because I really enjoyed doing it, and it gave me something to pass the time while Mr. P was sleeping. I jumped onto the world of YouTube and was watching all of the creators, and there weren't that many at the time. So Mrs. Crochet and Coffee was my first, Rachel Ray was my second, Margie Franklin, is it? Yeah, then there was Kicking Cancer's book. So yeah, so then I went down the road of, because at the time kind of no one knew about licensing, or so I went down the road of buying tons from AliExpress, and then thinking, now the biggest I can go is a 50 by 60. Oh my days. And then Diamond Art Club, because they started appearing everywhere, and then once you get on Diamond Art Club, you kind of it's just a slippery slope from there, people. So I was thinking, yeah, I'm saying, oh, it's only a 50 by 60, and then I was remembering how daunted I was by a 50 by 60, and I used to do them just on a little lap tray. I don't know how I did that, because I can't do that now. And then so I was, you know, I did all the whole let's buy 1,000 off eBay, and I've still got them all. In fact, they're just in like plastic folders, and not that I've done them all. And then I bought from, where else did I buy from? Bought from loads. But then you kind of find the ones that you really enjoy. I have actually got some old style Mary's diamonds before they put on to pour glue, like when they first started. And I don't even think I've ever done one of theirs. I might have done one of theirs actually. I don't know. Did I do one of it? I think I did. I must have. But I will like eventually do order, because I've seen some really nice. The kind Mary's Diamonds, they weren't doing the kind of artwork that I liked, but I've noticed a couple on there that I like this time. But again, no buy. I'm on a no buy. I'm sticking to this no buy. Well, what it really is yeah, can't afford. I'm waffling on. Keep going right off track, don't I? So yeah, so if there is any kind of new diamond painters watching my channel, or even getting this far in the video of waffle, then yeah, 50 and 60. 50 by 60 may sound like really really daunting, but it really isn't. Once if you find that you're into, I suppose it's different if you kind of don't enjoy it. It's kind of something you just do to pass the time. But I really love doing diamond painting. It's one of my favourite things to do. I like to diamond paint and watch a couple of YouTubers that are diamond painting. I do like watching Whip and Chats, but and I like going on lives when they're live, but I don't like re-watching lives because you can't see what's in the chat and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Is that just me or is it not? And then I am using for this one this storage because there's exactly 35. However, oh my lord, now the packaging of the beads, the beads, the drills, don't know why I said beads, is, I'll show you some there. We've got different I mean, the quality of the drills is fine. There's nothing wrong with the quality of the drills, but it's all in different kind of packaging. And then some's even in baggies. It's not even in packaging. I had a few that were in baggies. Because if they're in baggies, I don't kit up. I just put the baggies in rows of 10 in numerical order, obviously, and then just work from them that way. Unless it's a huge diamond painting like Diamond Painting Deutschland, and then I will kit up for that. Excuse me, I'll have a little drink. So I'm looking for the Y, quickly looking for the Y. Yeah, so you kind of have to kit up. You can't not kit up on this, I don't think, because you can't even kind of see the DMC numbers either on the packets on some of them. So she is nice to do though. I've had no trouble with the drills. I have noticed guide circles, but they're not black guide circles, and I'm not having too much trouble covering them. So I now have actually multiplace, can I see? I mean I can, but they're not. But again, this is quite dark in this bit, so it's not too bad. Whether that changes when I get up here, I'm going to have to be more careful about placing it. Maybe that's why I'm taking so long to do just this little bit because I've been making sure that the never thought. Oh, I found some more wine. Nearly tipped them away. And then I found some more. So yeah. I can't even remember what I was ranting on about now. Do you know what? My brain is pretty much like that all the time. I actually went in the tumble dryer to get some milk out the fridge, and I opened the tumble dryer door and everything. What was the other one I did the other day? Going to get the stuff out of the tumble dryer, and went in the medicine. I don't know what I'm doing. Just lately my head is a complete and utter doozy. Where was I? Yeah, so I was thinking, you know, 50 by 60, maybe small to me now, but there was a time. I'm having to hang because this canvas is so soft and really flexible. I'm having to kind of this is actually a proper pool noodle here. This here, and I've got one there at the top, and then I've got one on the side here. This is my little tray with my cup of tea, and then I've got, and it's held on with it's just super glue at the top. It's cut into and then super glue, and then that was super glue but kept popping off. So I put some of my duct tape, which is really pretty. And then this was this bit here, you see, all along here is just a pool noodle from out of a diamond painting, like a noodle out of a diamond painting. And I just cut it and super glued it on because I didn't want it too big. But because I lean on it like this, it kept pulling off. So then I got my duct tape and I duct taped the whole thing all the way down. And then I've got some stickers popping up everywhere. And then I've got, that's all me. Oh, don't need to see my belly here. So yeah, that's me my little desk with my stickers on, and I've got loads of stickers. But I don't do any other crafts to use them, if that makes sense. What do you do with all of your stickers? That's a question. What do people do with, because you quite often get stickers. I've got them from DIY Moon Shop, Sherry Baldy. No, did Sherry Baldy send me stickers? Yeah, I think she did. Quite a few do stickers, especially when they're just starting out. So I have started putting some on my desk. Oh, and then I don't know if you can see this because it's changing the lighting every time I move. See that up there? Now my idea was because Diamond Art Club do the same thing. Yeah, I'll try and show you now. If I put my painting on like that, it just slides down because my desk's on a tilt. So I bought a magnetic tape and stuck it on my desk, thinking that the cover minders would stick on the magnets and I could hold them up. And no, it's the magnetic strip isn't strong enough for the magnets to hold the. So has anybody got any tips? That's another question. Has anybody got any tips? Bar leaning them over the edges of the desk, on how to stop these. Now I had a metal type tip along the I did have a metal tip along here. Maybe you're all over the place now. Metal tip down there, and but it did the same thing. The lip wasn't big enough to stop them from. They just kind of slid over the top. So, come on. I need some ideas on how to stop that from happening. What else? I went swimming yesterday, and I hurt my shoulder. I don't know what I've done to it. Well, it's because I've used it, I think. But it's actually swollen up by my neck. But you know if you wear a necklace and that there, and it can't where it kind of rests, it's a bit swollen there, and it's kind of a dull ache, but then ever so often it's a bit like sciatica. It just sends a shooting. So I was supposed to go swimming again this morning, and I've not gone because I thought, no, I think I've actually really hurt it. What else? My pen's come, and I'm not using that. I'm using my AliExpress one still at the minute, because again, purples, it just goes. So yeah, I've not. I don't know why, but today the drills just don't want to come out. I have noticed these are a bit. They're not a load staticky, but they're they're on the way, if that makes sense. So now I've only got a couple of these because I've already done. I'm doing the U-turn. Hold on a minute, I know what I've got to do as well. Because these are my things. Don't you hate it when a plan doesn't come together? That can come out. So for me, I've got to do a list of what I've got to put on the description. So on my final thoughts, because I've just done one for Little Rainbow Dragon, I need to put a link on DAC, and then waffle, I need to put a link. I'm not putting a link in for the pen because I've already put that in somewhere, I think. A link for the painting, obviously. Link for the. Do you know what? I can't even find. I might have to go through YouTube and do it that way. Link for me try. See, I'm going to have to start writing down, because I know I've been putting in videos. I'm going to write links. And then I find it, but it takes me ages to do links. It kind of puts me off. Because then I can't diamond paint while I'm doing it. And then, because it's on a laptop, I don't even know if there's a better way to do it. I really don't. But I kind of haven't got with all about me at the minute to do that. So oh dear me. tell you, to be honest. Oh, Rachel, you really do need to start writing things down. I bought these pads and to put around the house, so if I get an idea, I can write it down. And I've not used them once to write ideas down. Something I was going to say. Do you know what? I can't. My head does not want to think this morning. I'm sorry if you can hear loads of background noise, but this microphone is crap. I'll be honest, on this webcam, there's no ifs, buts or maybes. Oh, I can't get another one at the minute, so it's tough to do's. What was I going to talk about? I don't know. Can't. Oh. No. No. No, it wasn't that. So we are going today. Mr. P's dad has got a puppy. We lost Mr. P's mum 3 years ago. Not 3.5 years ago now. Wow, and he had this little dog patch. He was a pain in the arse, I'll be honest. But his dad lost him a few months ago. Now his dad likes to go walking and he's all on his own, and we was trying to get another, but his dad was. I wasn't too keen on it because I had my own reasons, I suppose. But we were trying to go through the dog's home, and every time he wanted to go and look at a dog, they said it wasn't available. And we don't know if kind of it was to do with his age. But he was looking at older dogs, he wasn't looking at younger dogs, but he just couldn't, no matter what we was doing, because you can only go and view the dogs by appointment, and they were saying it was already, there were already things, they've already been looked at, so you can't book an appointment. And then he'd look on the site the next day and it would still be there, so he'd phone again, no, someone else is coming to look at it. So in the end he's ended up getting a puppy called Bess. I've not seen her yet, so he only got a Wednesday night. So, but because she's a puppy, if ever he needs to go in hospital or he wants to go away, it would be easier, because his other dog we couldn't have in our house because he doesn't like other dogs. My dog is funny with other dogs, and it just wouldn't work. So we want to make sure this dog is okay with Max, and Max is only 9. He's a very, very sensible old man, 9, but he's 9. And eventually make sure that she gets along with my dog, with Bowie, because he can be funny with bigger dogs, and she's a cross between a Rottweiler and a Bull Mastiff. She's not going to be a little dog. But his company for his dad, and he likes going on long walks, and that gives him an excuse to go for long walks. And so I'm going to take Max after school to go and meet the puppy. And I know I'm going to go in there and go, oh, I want a puppy. And I'm going to be in the side of my head going, it's a bit like I want a diamond painting and then have to argue with myself why I can't have that diamond painting. And so I'm going to have to... you know. I didn't show you that. That was an X-Bod. I'm only getting there on this section now. And then, so I'm doing that this afternoon. Like I said, I was going to go through it. I did baking yesterday because I used to bake all the time, constantly. I'd always be baking. Especially, but then, so we've lived in this house. Max is 9. She'll be 10. So we've lived in this house 10 years. And I used to bake. I used to have a small kitchen in my old house. And I used to bake all the time in that. And then I've moved into this. When I moved into this, I just stopped baking. You know when you're trying to save money, and so I did a bit of baking yesterday, but then realised I haven't got half the stuff. And this one is blood that I need to bake. So next week I miss pea, you know, things like cooking chocolate and silly things like lemons, so I can't, you know, because I do well, if I do say so myself. I mean, boasting myself up. Lemon cake and stuff like that. So that's the plan, to do some baking to try and save on some pennies. So I just did some normal cupcakes yesterday. But I did it with glazed icing rather than buttercream icing. So when the kids want to eat something, they don't have to eat everything in the cupboard in the fridge. Yeah, vibrating. It's my phone. I can't switch it off because if it rings, as I say. Even though it's cold. So yeah, so I thought another reason I wanted to do a quick whip and waffle is because just to show you what diamond painting I'm actually doing. It's very purple, which I love, I love, I love. And it's a right, like I say, it is a really nice. It's nice to do. It's just I'm doing 310 at the minute. It's just when it keeps falling down. I've even tried to weight down my paintings with like cover mine just so if it's sliding, it's not worked. Because sometimes that does work, but it's just not working on this one. So, and then Andrew, my eldest, phoned me yesterday, which I was chuffed about because I hear off him once every 6 months or something. It's not often that he thinks to phone his mama. He's 23, but I still see him as 3, if that makes sense. I try to explain to them all, you're all my babies, you were always, when I look at you, I will see you as my babies. But he lives in Manchester, we live in Birmingham. He's working full time. He seems to be doing really well at his job, from what he's telling us, so it was nice to hear. And then, because I was getting really upset because his birthday is Christmas Day, and I was getting upset because I was thinking he might not be able to come home for Christmas, and it would be even harder because it's his birthday as well. I mean, we argue like cat and dog. But I do miss him. But then, with the COVID thing, it was kind of, he was stuck in Manchester, but he was stuck in Brougham, and then he's got work, and we've got work, and other responsibilities, and it's been ages since I've seen him. I think Easter. Did I see him Easter? I don't even know if he got home for Easter. I think he came home for Easter. Or did he? No, I think he might not have, because we went into another lockdown. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But I've only seen him a couple of times this year. But he's doing his own thing, and so the hardest thing, I think, as a parent is letting him go. And mind you, we kind of didn't want him to move back once he left home, because he's a tramp. Sorry, Andrew, if you're watching this, but you are a tramp. But I do miss him. I wish he could be living closer, but that's not where he's. That's not where his life is going. So that's not where he is. And then, obviously, we're thinking of things, because he's going to be 23. This year. It's kind of, our family kind of, once you hit 16, kind of, once you hit 18 and go over 18, don't really do the whole let's spend a fortune on presents and stuff. So, but he's got a new, he's not long moved into a new flat with his mate, so we're kind of saying, you're allowed to hang pictures up and stuff, and he was going, yeah, well, we've got one up already. So I'm doing him a diamond painting, and then he said that they've kind of got, it's quite almost Austin Powerish. It's got an egg chair, and it's got a massive lava lamp, and I thought, why not just do it done by make Joe. What was it called? What was it called? Hold on a minute, let me have a look in this. Betsy Lynn, that's it. My Betsy Lynn would fit in quite well with that, I think, but Mr. P wants that for around his gaming machine. So, I don't know. And then I thought maybe just one of my Chuck Pinsons, or a nice landscape one. So I'm trying to think, because that's what he's having for his, you know, his Christmas present. So that's one day. That's one. Because, you know, it's alright saying I'll get this and that, but he's got to take it back up with him as well. And I need to make sure I've got a tube that's big enough to take it in. And he loves music as well. He's actually got a degree in music production and stuff. But I was really chuffed he found. Normally I message Andrew and he'll kind of give me like 5 words, but I'm the same, I'm not very good at messaging, to be honest. I prefer talking when you can hear the tone of the voice and stuff. And I'll ask him a question and I'll answer it in 3 words, and then I'll try and get a conversation. Nope, nothing. He's got better things to do, talk to his mum. But it was nice to have a conversation with him. Make sure he's alright. We had a right palaver with, one more quick story, right palaver with Nicholas's transport, Jesus. So Nicholas is 17 and he's got ASD, PDA, ASD and PDA syndrome, and he now has, he can go outside, he doesn't do it often. He can go outside, but he doesn't like travelling. Doesn't like getting in public transport. He won't go on public transport. He's not going to do it. And it's the college that he's at is out of borough, so he has to travel. But he gets, because it's special needs, because there's none in the borough that can meet needs. He gets transport. I mean, we have to pay for it, but he does get transport. And the taxi driver that he's had for last year, he's got again this year. And this taxi driver's amazing with him. They've developed a really good relationship. He understands Nicholas's needs and the aid that's with them, because it's a married couple that take him to college. And they normally pick up a couple of other kids on the way. And then I had a phone call a couple of weeks ago, but it's been ages since I've spoken to you, saying that could you please phone office taxi driver, because they wanted to add another child onto his route, but it was going to have to go through a main town centre, a place called Solihull. And we're on the complete opposite side of that. So, and then obviously traffic's bad again now because of everyone's gone back to normal and everyone's back at work and school and whatnot. And the taxi driver said, look, there's no way that Nicholas would cope, and he wouldn't. Nicholas would not cope. He gets really anxious if there's traffic, and Nicholas can tell you how long it's taken him to get to college by the second. So he'll tell you it took 32 minutes, 5 seconds today for him to get to college. It really stresses him out travelling. And he said, look, there's no way, plus it's going to add another hour onto the journey. Nicholas won't cope with that. He needs to be where he's at as quick as possible, and he would refuse to go. Basically, Nicholas would not go to college if he had to stay in a car taxi more than he has to already. And so they were going to take it off him. They were going to put it back out to tender. Now, they'd not conferred with me as a parent. I don't know about the other parents, but I don't know who they are, because even though Nicholas has got the same kids with him than last year, he didn't know the names. And he so I couldn't get hold. Of him. But it's all in his educational health plan and stuff like that. That Nicholas has got severe anxiety with travelling, and even in his last meeting, it was kind of me praising up the taxi drivers because it's all right saying he's doing well in college, but if it wasn't for that couple, Nicholas wouldn't be in college. He'd be at home sitting in his bedroom, not socialising or anything, because he won't go out anywhere. He wants to go out, but what he does now is he blames me for it. He doesn't go out because sorry, which isn't true. I say go all the time. He never does. So yeah. But luckily, I think because I'd kind of bigged them up so much and said, look, he wouldn't go to college if he had to do that. So there you go. So it got sorted, but all the stress. I didn't tell Nicholas because this was on Thursday. So Nicholas goes into college Monday to Wednesday, and I got this phone call on Thursday evening, so I couldn't even contact the Education Authority, and they were putting it to tender on the Friday if he wouldn't take on this extra passenger, and he said that he'd rather lose the tender than do that because it was just unpractical what they wanted. And yeah, and I was thinking I can't tell Nicholas because he will have a total and utter. It would have just, yeah, he would have just lost his ever-loving mind over that. But luckily it was sorted. But it's silly things like that kind of, things that are out of your hands that you've got no control over, that really impact us. It's things like transport and, I only managed to go to the barbers. I managed to get him in a barber's. I took him to a local hairdresser's that's got a barber's kind of attached but separate, if that makes sense. And I booked an appointment rather than him have to wait, because he won't go to a barber if he has to wait for anything. He won't. He gets really agitated and it doesn't happen. So I managed to phone up and I said to them, look, he's got ASD. He does not wait. He will get really agitated and he'll probably walk out, to be honest. Well, he will walk out. He's done it a couple of times with barbers, which is why I've been shearing him like a sheep. But I'm going to show you the one for this now. This is the piece of clothes. The achievement of getting him to go to the barber. Yeah. So he actually looks really smart because he's got a proper haircut rather than a skinhead. So just number 2 him all over. And but I was laughing so hard because all I can hear is him playing to do a job, and I was crying. And he was getting pictures up of off the internet, which is oh my god. I was crying. I was messaging Mr. Pear going, oh my life, I've been tears just to hear him telling her how to do his job, telling her what different hairstyles, different shaped heads. he's never cut hair in his life. But Nicholas is one of them. If he hears a conversation, he's got to Google it. I ought to be there to appreciate it. She charged me extra. So it was supposed to be 13 quid, and she tried to say she was charging an extra £2 because his hair was so long. I think it was the drum. Oh, bless you. Oh, God, it's so... These things was coming out. I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, I'm so glad I'm behind this panel and they can't see me because I've got my mask on. But I got tears streaming down my eyes. I was laughing so hard. So, and then, even when he was in the barber's chair, he was on about his transport to college because the traffic's so bad. I thought, bless her, she knows his whole life. She's 15 minutes in the chair. Oh dear me. It was fun, I have to admit. Bless him. But like I said, the achievement of getting him in the barber's chair was just... I was one happy mama. One happy mama. So, because he doesn't have a problem with his hair being cut, it's just you can't get him to get to the chair. So, and it was only a 5-minute drive, so we knew where it was I was taking him, so I didn't have to worry about his well, he still gets anxious, but I didn't have to worry about him not knowing where he was going. He knew where he was, and but oh yeah, oh that's made me laugh thinking about that. Other things that have made me laugh. One more story to make me laugh. So, Mr. P has he loses he kind of loses his speech due to his tumour. So when he's tired and stuff like that, or he kind of, he knows what he wants to say, but he can't think of the word to say it, if that makes sense. So he'll have to describe to me what the word is so I can work out what the word is. So the other day we boiled some eggs up, because he just likes to munch on a boiled egg now and then, so we boil a few up and then people can help themselves whenever they want a boiled egg. And he was saying, them eggs are nice you've got, but the only thing is he couldn't remember how to say the word peel. Oh God, it's going to kill me. Oh God, I'm teaching it to myself. No one else will find this funny. And but you have to make fun of it, otherwise you'd never, you wouldn't get up in the morning, would you? And he was going, when you take the shell off, that not hatched. And I was going, you mean peeled? And he went, yeah, that's but the fact you called it hatched, that made me cry. He's been coming out with loads of them the past few weeks, where he's got the wrong, he can't think what the word is, and he's going through these words. I've had a couple of giggles on other people's behalf these past few weeks. And it's good to laugh. You've got to laugh, haven't you, really? And some people might think, oh, that's horrible, laughing at him. But he'll be the first one to laugh. Honestly, we've kind of got to that point where, we've always been at that point really, where you've got to make a joke of things, you can't be serious all the time. Otherwise you'd get your right down. So, I don't know. can you do? I'm just going to finish this colour off, and then that's it, me done for today. So yeah, so I'm looking for ideas on where and how to stop me painting sliding off the end. And I've tried magnetic tape so far, and that don't work. I don't want to use Velcro every time I put a painting on, because I did think about that for a bit. There were some other questions in that video, I'm sure there was. So if any of you have got any questions, if there's anything you want to know, or if there's anything you want to see, I might do. I've still got to do making my new storage, but I'm just not going to go no gung ho. I mean, my head's all over the place the past couple of weeks. Just can't concentrate. So if there's anything you want to know, or anything you want to see, or does anyone want to see my stash video? I'd have to sort the stash out first. Oh my god, that's a trick in itself. If there's any, yeah, like I said, if there's anything you want to know about what I would prefer, what I don't like, you know, then let me know, and I'll see what's in my desk drawers, because I don't know what's in my desk drawers. If you want to see kitting up videos, because I kit up different things, companies different ways. Yeah, so if you've got to the end, I do hope you've liked my little natter at my own amusement. Everyone's probably thinking she's not even that funny, but to me things are really funny. Other people don't find funny. Sometimes you have to breathe air to appreciate it. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you've had a lovely time watching me, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.